Hi guys! I'm doing my first story time today, and it's just going to be about how I met Five Sauce. I met Five Sauce before this story. I just thought I would do this one, and I don't know if people like this one, I'll do other ones. Okay, so day one of this happened in 2015 when they were on the Rock Out With Your Socks Out tour, and it was May, and it was in Ireland. And okay, the story contains like two times me and them, so it's in Dublin and Belfast, but I'll just combine both into the story time. So I'll just explain everything that happened. The day before the first Dublin concert, me and a couple of friends went down to the airport, and we just spent the day there basically from, I don't know, like 9 or 10 in the morning, thinking they were going to fly in because it's the day before the show and where I would met. But they didn't. Like, we spent like well, not the whole day, but maybe till like 5 or something in the evening or afternoon, because I was like, I need to go home. So I wasn't well that day either, and I wish I went home earlier. But like, I was just like, oh my god, what if I leave and they come, whatever. People met them in London, and they were like going around like the studio or something, so we were just like, alright, let's just go home. So I went home, I wasn't well, and I had to go really early the next day to go down to Dublin, because I don't live in Dublin, up north closer to Belfast. So I went home, and yeah, they didn't come that day. So next day I was meeting my other friend called Emma, who is with me for the rest of the story. Me and my friend Emma were going to the shows in Dublin and Belfast, and Emma's from Cork, so that's at the bottoms, and I'm like not near the top of Ireland, like in north, so we had to like meet in Dublin. And she was on her train, and I woke up and missed my train in the morning. That was at 7:20. I was like, no way I'm going for that. I was thinking to myself, like, maybe I'll go at like 12 or something, because I don't feel it. This fly keeps flying about. It looks... Oh, you're gonna see this through the whole video, the flies. I woke up and I wrote to my friend like, hey, I might get like the later one, I really feel well. Oh my god, fly, go away. We're just gonna ignore the fly right now. And then Emma was like, are you serious? Like, I'm on my train already. And whatever, and I was like, oh shit. And then my mom was awake at that point, so I went up to my mom and spoke to her about it, and I went, well, I just get like the 8:30 one, because I think it was 7:30 or it was 7:45 or something. And my mom was like, we'll do whatever you want, and I was like, yeah, we'll just do that. I'll get down there and I'll try and chill down there and see how it goes. And so I wrote back down like, right, okay, I'm going to get the 8:30 one, so I'll still be in for when you're in. Just meet me at my train station, because she'll be in just a bit before me. And she was like, are you sure, or whatever? And I said, yeah, no, it's fine, I'll be down in time. So I put on the ugliest outfit, like literally a big jumper and leggings, just to get down there, and didn't put any makeup on. Hair was a mess, didn't feel well at all, so I was like, I'm not putting in the effort, I'm just going to go down, have a shower and fix myself then. So I got on the train, and there was no seats, so I like sat down in like one of them, you know, the breaks between the carriages or whatever, and beside the door. And I just sat there with my suitcase on the phone or whatever. Oh, my suitcase was in like the wee holder bin, and I was just on my phone. And about 20 minutes or so, maybe 15 minutes-ish, yeah, by 15 minutes in, before I got into the train station, I was just like on my phone, on Twitter, just whatever, like passing time. And then I just came across someone's Twitter, and they posted pictures like with Michael and Luke, and I kind of went, is that today? And I was like, what? And because Michael had his black hair, and that's when he only dyed it, like, I think the day before that or something. It looked like an airport, so I was like, oh my god. And I knew the girl was English, so I went, that's from London, like that's in the airport, when was that? So I had a look, and people were only posting their photos then, so I went, and must have only been just there. So I wrote to my friend Emma, like, we're going to the airport as soon as like I get to the train station, because she would have been there. So I went, we're going straight away, like we're going. And I wrote to our like group chat with our other friends saying, like send a picture like they're coming now. So we all went to the airport. Like, so I got to the train station and I went over, seen Emma, was like, hey, and she didn't even see my messages that we were going to the airport, and I literally was like, hey, we're going to the airport, and she was like, okay. And like we were both there wearing the shittest outfits, hair's a mess, no makeup, nothing, not ready at all, like at all. And I was like, we're just going. So we went out and like ran for a taxi and just went, airport please. So the guy probably thought we were going somewhere cool. Not really. That happens every time I go to the airport. If I go to the airport to see someone, they're like, oh, what terminal? And I'm like, whatever. And they're like, oh, where are you going? And I'm like, London. Or I just make up something because I'm like, I don't want them knowing where I'm going. So we met our other friends, Neve and Ellen, Taylor and Sarah. We all stood there, and then Neve was like, I really resent Neve for this, right? Because I had to run with my suitcase and I did not deal with running with something. I can't even run, never mind. So my friend Neve was like to me and our niece Emma and Ellen to go check the other terminal just in case they came in on a flight that came in there, because it was at the same time and we didn't know which one it would be. Even though everyone was at T1 and we were the only people that went and checked T2. And then when we went up, I was like, me and Emma were kind of like really bad feeling, like, should we just go back? And then we went to Ellen, and then she checked her phone, like literally a split second, went, run. So we had to like run back to T1 with suitcases. And I was like, oh my god, seriously, like, it just wasn't happening. But we got back to T1 and I was like, it's cool, no one's there. And we were like walking down. And then I literally said to Emma, it's fine, they're not here yet, or they haven't come out yet. And we walked down, and I just seen like back of Michael's head, and I went, oh, it's Michael, come on Emma, let's go. Because like Michael's Emma's favourite. We didn't see Ashley or Callum because they must have just went out really quickly before we got down. So then we went over, and Michael was walking out the door, if no one was following him, so at that point. So me and Emma went up and like said, Michael, but I don't think he heard us. And then we like got up to him and was like, can we get a picture please? And he was all, I think he said, Emma said he said that because I knew he said something but I didn't know what he said. He said I can't take pictures and walk at the same time. He said it to security, I think it was Corey that was standing with him, and then Corey stopped because Corey was like kind of walking him along, as in like shuffling him towards like the car. And we were in like the bit where you walk through the doors, opening doors, and he said that to Corey, and Corey just stopped and just stood behind him, and then we got our pictures with him. So I was literally saying like we can get one, like if he was in a rush, like we can just get one with him and me, and then but he just got single ones with each of us. So I thought that was nice, and it probably like it literally to us it came across like, hey Michael, can we please get a picture with you? And it's like, yeah. But in reality, it was probably like, Michael, please, get a picture with us, please. That was probably the reality of it. That's totally over-exaggerated, but it probably did come across a little bit more like, we said thanks and have a good day and whatever. We just let them go on because I knew they were all in a rush anyway. Well, I don't know what yeah, they were all in a rush because they came on the day of the show. I turned around to go find Luke, but then he was like walking past me as I like went to go around, and he dropped his sunglasses and everything, and I was like, split second, I was like, should I pick them up? And then this random guy just picked them up and give it to him. I was like, oh, okay, like whatever. They were red bands and everything, and I was like, oh my god, he just like dropped there, and like if that was me, I'd be like, my life is on the ground right now. And I was just like, bye or whatever. And they got in the car, and then we got in our taxi, a group of friends and I. We went to our hotel, leave our crap up, whatever. So that was meeting them of Dublin, sort of. Well, meeting Michael, kind of. Like we didn't see Callum or Ashton, but seen Luke and Michaal. But so Belfast, okay. So in between that's all the concerts and whatever, and I don't really know if Storytime's kind of relevant It's the story, is it? Because like I've noticed in my Dublin sound check for doing nothing, literally. And oh my god, the sound checks were so much better Rockaway Socks Out tour than they were for Sounds Like Feels Like no, they sold way too many for everyone, like there was too many people. So many people dropped, like they were fainting and everything because literally they sold like 400 or something. There was literally like so many on one side and the other side compared to last year. Like soundcheck was so much more, I don't know, intimate and like you could breathe. Compared to this year, it was literally like mobs, and I was like, you can't do that. Like, I just wish they would cut them down. Again, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I just think health and safety, it wasn't very good. No, I don't know if that really counts. This doesn't really count as meeting them, but it's just because I was standing at the back of. I'll just add the story at this minute anyway. I was at the back of. Everyone was like. There's literally like 3 lines maybe of people standing in front of like the barrier for soundcheck, and I just stood back because I was on my own and I didn't feel well at this point still, and I just kind of stood there like not like in a huff or anything, just like, you know, stand just like this or whatever, in front of them, like they could see me because it was like level instead of looking down, it's like looking up. Looked like it laughed a little bit, and I was all, oh no, he's laughing at. Because he looked at me and then he laughed a bit, like just giggled or whatever, and I was all, and then he was like, I don't know if I'm word for word for this because like it was a year ago, and then he was like, I think the girl at the back hates us, and I was like I kind of looked to my side like, is he talking about me? He went, she's like squinting, she's probably like, why did I pay money for this? And I was like, sitting thinking to myself, like, I remember like looking at him and being like, because he said something weird before that, and everyone was like laughing, and I thought it wasn't really that fun, and I kind of went like, what? Like, because I didn't really understand, and then so that's why he was saying that I was squinting or whatever, and I was sitting like, what? And I kind of like, he looked back at me and like laughed again, and like in a funny way, like, and then Ashton went, what girl? And they all went like to Luke, and I was all like, because I look like shit and I just don't want them seeing me, and then he just kind of laughed again, and then I think it went to something else, but like I think Ashton seen me and then Callum like kind of went when I was like hiding, so I was like, oh my god. But I thought it was funny at the time, but I wish I could have said something. I wasn't with anyone, I was just like, oh my god, did I even say anything at all? Like, it was a nice interaction, kind of like looking at me and me being like, yes, I totally wish I didn't pay this much money for this ticket. No, I thought it was alright. No, I did. I really enjoyed that sound check compared to this year's sound check, just because of so many people. I prefer them to be more intimate or something. I don't know. Moving on to Belfast. So me and Emma got up in the morning. Still feel like shit. Feel a little bit better than usual. And my hair was a mess because I didn't bring shampoo or conditioner with me, so I washed my hair under like the bath washy thing, and then I let it dry itself. Don't ever do that unless your hair is just like perfect when it dries naturally, because mine's not. And went down, Emma didn't see it, we went down and got breakfast, and didn't have any makeup on. It was like 9 in the morning, we were like, it was a quarter 9, I think, because we went down for breakfast and we left at 9. So we went, got breakfast, and then we went to the reception. He was like, can we leave our stuff here? And then he was like, yeah. And then we were like thinking, should we get a taxi? And he went, do you need a taxi? And we were like, yeah. And he was like, where are you going? And I was like, the airport. And he kind of looked at us, and I went, oh, we're going to pick up my friends. And he was like, okay. And I don't think he necessarily believed us, but I think he was kind of like, you left your stuff here and you're going to the airport, okay? So we went to the airport, and we were the only 2 there when we got there at like 9. See, I think we got breakfast at 8:30, because I think we got there at 9. Yeah, I think roughly, or 10:09ish. We got there 9ish and just sat there, and we were messaging our friends like, are you coming? And they were like, yeah, Taylor and Sarah. And so we waited there till about, I think 10, around 10, maybe quarter to 10, people started to show up, like a few people and whatever. And I think there was about maybe 10 of them, I'm not sure, by the time our friend showed up around 10. And then Taylor went to get her coffee or something. I think this was around 1:15-ish, I don't know. And she took forever in the line because there was so many people. And then this other girl I knew came in, called Jill, and her friends, like her 2 friends. So we kind of stayed together as a group, so there was 7 of us. And then there was people over at the other, like we were sitting at the chairs and they were like, people came in, there was about maybe 20 of them, I'm not sure. There wasn't that many, really. Well, to me, I don't know, I didn't think there was that many. After Taylor got her coffee or whatever she got, we went outside for a bit to get some air and whatever, and I don't know where that's cut off. Right, so we were about the vans. So then the silver van went past. I was coming up and I kind of was just looking at it, and everyone else was kind of talking, and I was just like looking out, and I just seen Dave in the front seat, and I was like, there's Dave. And then I told the others, and we kind of like walked up to like towards the door, because we were like way down the other side, like just chilling. We went up towards the door, and then they were getting out of the car, and I was sitting thinking I'll just stand here maybe, and one of our other friends was like, should we go over? And one of their security came over and went, girls, stay there, if they want to stop they'll stop. So we were like, okay, I'll just stand here then. And Ashton was walking over first, and he went, hey guys, and someone was like, I can't remember who was saying this, but someone was like, hey, can we get pictures? And he was like, yeah. So I was like, oh my god, that must mean yes for all of them. So I was like, okay. And then they were all coming over, and I literally, Luke was like walking this way, and I was like, Luke. Anyway, Luke was coming over and towards like where I was, so I just walked over to him first. There's actually only 7 of us outside, so I walked over to Luke first, and I had a card for him because he was sick from laryngitis, I think, around that time. So I went, hey, we got you this card because you were sick, and he was like, oh thanks. And then I gave him a hug, and I said, can we get a picture? And he was all like, yeah. So we got pictures, and then I said thanks, and I think, I can't really remember if I said anything else. And then Callum was beside him, and I literally like looked around as no one was there, so I went over and I was like, hey, can we get a picture? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, can you take it? And he said yeah. And I had this really awkward cover on my phone, and so it makes like this part, the volume part, really stiff to push. So he was sitting there for ages like this, trying to get it to work, and I just felt like saying, I'll bloody take the picture. Like, why can't you just use the wee circly thing to take the photo? And then after he took the picture, I was like, you were really great, the concert was really good last night, I think. Or I said he was really good, can't remember. One of the others said it was really good. And he was all like, thanks. And I went, and I grabbed his shoulder, don't know why. You know, I was like, you ever get when you're talking to someone and you kind of like, you touch them to interact? I don't know, I don't remember why I did it. I was just like, don't take too long to come back now, like so like this here, and he was all like, we won't, or whatever. And I was thinking like, not much of a conversationalist, but he was probably tired because it probably went out the night before, probably just tired, and it's probably easier to have a conversation with them when it's like nighttime or the evening, or whenever they go to radio stuff and whatever, and they're meant like, they know they're going to meet fans kind of thing, you know. So I thought I'd say it anyway. And then I just kept smiling at him, and then I noticed that Ashton and Michael had went inside. I just said Michael really weird. They went inside, so I went in, and I was like, right, them girls are in a line, so I'll just go to the end. I went over and stood there, and then Michael was making his way around, or Michael was coming around, and then my friend Emma literally appeared. See, we like disappeared from each other. I don't know how that happened. And she appeared beside me like, hi, it's Michael. And I was all, oh my god, I want to do that. So like Michael was literally next, and I was like, I want to do that. So I went, hey, can we get a picture? And he was like, yeah. And I went, can I kiss you? And he was like, yeah. So like then he took the pictures, and I was like, oh hold on, can I give you like this note? Because I think they were in a rush at that point. So I was like, can I give you this note? And he was all like, yeah. Oh no, I gave him a hug as well. I think after the picture, I don't know. I gave him a hug as well anyway. And I just remember his hair It's not weird. I just remember going like that and seeing like the back of his hair. Weird. I don't know. Oh yeah, and it was weird. Like when you kissed his cheek, you feel like his stubble or something. Oh yeah, I'm going to insert these pictures. If I didn't say already, I'll probably insert the pictures whenever I say about them. Right. Yeah, can I give you this note I have for you? And he was like, yeah. And I was sitting like trying to find the note because I was like, my bag was like filled with shit. So I was sitting like looking for it, and it felt like forever, but it was probably only like 10 seconds, maybe not even. And Emma was saying to me after, she was like, oh my god, I was literally waiting for you to get it because I felt so anxious because you were like, she was afraid of him walking away and stuff and whatever. I was like, fine, it's alright. But I remember like looking for it going, shit, that's Callum's note, where's Michael's? Should I just give him all the notes? And he, like, Michael's such an angel, like he literally just stood there waiting for me to give him a note. Like, I thought that was so nice, even though he didn't read the note, so pointless, but whatever. He probably put it in his pocket and forgot, whatever. So I was like, oh, here, and I literally was like opening it for him, like, yeah, this is it, this is yours. Because I remember I opened Callum's, like, that's Callum's. Oh, this is yours. And I give it to him, like, thank you, and whatever, have a nice day. And he was like, thanks. And I give him a bracelet too, I think. And then he went on, and then I'd seen Ashton just about to leave, so I went over and went, hey, can we get a picture? And he was like, yeah. So I got a picture of Ashton just before he went over to the check-in. So I think Callum stopped for one girl. I'm not 100% sure on that, just because I only seen one picture. Ashton stopped for a couple, and Michael stopped for a couple. And Luke, I think, came inside and went straight to check-in. He didn't stop for anyone inside. Yeah, so security was just like, stand over there, if they want to come back over they will, if they don't, or basically like that, so like if they don't, they don't. So they went and checked in, and then they just went straight into the line to go in. So yeah, that was us meeting them, but I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. But I don't know if anyone would be interested in any more stories about anyone, meeting anyone in general. But if you are, leave a comment below, like the video, thumbs up. If you have any questions either about meeting Five Sauce or how to meet them, or I don't know, anything, leave it in the comments. And thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed and I wasn't that boring. And thank you so much. Bye.